Good evening. Welcome to my very first attempt at creating a YouTube video. Basically the topic is day trading experiment that I've just decided to start, and we're looking at self-trading versus broker-assisted trading. The idea is that over the next weeks, months, however long it lasts, I'm going to be showing you live trades, ones that I'm trying to do myself, and others which I have a broker assisting me to do, and we're going to have a look and see, am I actually going to make anything? Am I going to break myself completely down and to the bank? But yeah, as we'll see as we go along. The idea is on a day-to-day basis just to publish a 2-minute video on how I've done for the day, what trades have been made either by myself or by the broker, and take a look at the results. The first thing you need to know about it is, who am I? I'm 47 years old. I have no pension and no savings. Stupidity growing up, didn't make allowance for it, but hey ho, that's me. I've got 2 teenagers with a realistic chance of needing university tuition, and that's coming up pretty soon, and I haven't got a penny saved for them. I've tried my own business to various levels of success. I still run a business, but not a very large one. At the moment it does keep the wool from the door, but nothing fantastic. I have very little time available, long hours if you're running your own business. That's basically me, and I'm permanently broke. Also, before we get started, I need to give a disclaimer. I know absolutely nothing about trading. I've been doing this less than a month. Nothing of what I say is financial advice. I have no qualifications whatsoever, and you should take this in mind. Trading is risky. You can lose your entire investment if you're not careful. And most importantly, I do not represent a broker in any way. I will not advertise a broker. I will not recommend a broker. That's all entirely up to you to find. If in any way that you want to get hold of a broker that I'm using, contact me via email. I'll leave my email in the comment section, and I will forward your details onto them. I don't want to get into any trouble with anything or by anybody. Right, so we started with why day trading, and basically I keep getting annoying phone calls from people from all over the world. These unsolicited sales calls that you get, all telling me to invest in the stock market. And for the last year or two, I've been getting 2 or 3 calls like this every single week, and got sick of it. And the theme was basically the same. I was told I could do it alone. I was told I could do it part-time. I was told I wouldn't need to deposit a lot of money. I was told that they would train me over time, and I was told that I could profit even if the market was going down. So 4 weeks ago, I've written there the 6th of November, I gave in and decided to try it for myself. And this is basically a public diary of this experiment. Now, before we go into what the experiment is, you need to understand what it is I'm trying to achieve, so that we have a result at the end of the day, and we can see if I manage to achieve that. First goal is not to use external loans. I'm not going to put myself in debt for any brokerage deal or anything along those nature. Any monies which I do use for this have to be out of my own pocket. I would suggest you do the same. I wouldn't risk other people's money for a start. I must be able to prove that I can withdraw my money and that I'm not being scammed. That is obviously critical. Now, my goal is to make $5,000 a month, every month, out of profits only. And also never to take more than 25% of my profits out every month. I need to consider the long-term benefits as well as the short-term benefits. So I'll take 25% out per month. I leave 75% in to go back into investing. So that was my personal goals. So let's just see. Let's see how it went next. I have a personal phone call going off, which is rather annoying. So I'm just going to put this on pause for a second. That was annoying, but I'm back now. So let's continue. I started trading 4 weeks ago, like I said, 6th of November 2018, with my first deposit of 203.07 euros. And filled in all the forms that these people told me to fill in, and I got myself access to the trading software. And this here is the software that I got access to. Now, I've had absolutely no trading history, no trading training. I don't know my arse from my elbow, so to speak. And so I decided that, what the hell, let's give this a bash. I don't know what's going on, but it's only 300 euros. Let's give it a bash. And so I did. And so I started trading. You can see there that I sold some euros, US dollars, and I made 41 cents. Tried it a bit more aggressively, made myself a whole 4 euros. And even yet another twice I was on a roll. Then I decided, okay, well, since this is working and this is nice and easy, I will try a couple more different trades, and they didn't go as well. But once again, I was only 5 cents and another 26 cents, followed by a £9 win. So this was absolutely fantastic, and I didn't think this was bad, so I decided to carry on. Being the greedy chap that I am, I started making bigger investments, and have a look what happened here. Minus £52. Okay, don't know what happened there. Took a guess, it didn't really work. Decided, okay, I'm going to try the same stock again, and same result, minus 4.21 euros. Once again, decide, okay, I'm going to try Australian dollars versus Canadian dollars, and I had a pretty good run. Not too bad for a lackey. And followed by 2 nice big falls, £70 a piece, and knocked me down to 0. So now I've invested my 300 euros or whatever it was. I've now got nothing left. So although it's been going well for a number of trades, 3 trades down, bang, I'm gone. Decide, okay, well, I'm going to try this again. And so I put in another 250. And you will notice that on the very same day, or basically it was a Friday and a Monday, 2 more trades wiped me out altogether. I had a couple of small trades in the middle, which worked, but once again, no training, seen my backside. I've basically been doing this a couple of times now. You'll see at the bottom here what the results are, and in my where are we, slide, if I go and show you the results, total investment that I've been going over time now is 1,203 euros this month, of which I've made a total loss of 723.77. Not my finest hour, and for somebody who was only going to start off with 300 euros, this is not really something that I am very proud of. However, if you have a look, I still have some trades in the pipeline, and yes, they are all still running at a loss. I'm still up. I've got a balance of 479 euros. Even though I'm making a loss here, after my losses, I've still got 232 euros left, so I can play with. But I will show you the screen again tomorrow, and hopefully, who knows, maybe things are better, maybe things are worse. We'll see how that goes. Right, 2 weeks ago, 29th of November, I contacted a broker, and I decided, okay, I'm going to start this myself, but I need the assistance of a broker. And managed to find Lily. I'll call her Lily. She's my broker at the moment. And the first deposit I made was $385 US. Now, this is basically all I've got left. As with the previous company, she gave me access to the trading software. This is her version of the software. And I just want to show you a little bit of a history of how this is panning out. There's the $385 that I deposited. And from the beginning, she's told me to keep my fingers off the keyboard and not do anything. Leave it in her hands and learn as we go along. Okay, so I'll show you later on where I did play with it a bit, and this is where I got told off. But let's just have a look from the beginning of how it went. Paid him $385. Very first day that I did it, she placed 2 trades. This has only ever been 3 different trades with Lily so far. She's only ever invested in US oil, the Nasdaq, or natural gas. Okay, so the very first day of trading, both trades, US oil. You can see I didn't have a lot of money to spend. Okay, so very small purchases, and there's the results. First trade £11.50, second trade £24, not bad, £26 for 1 day's worth of trading with a broker. Now I must stress something here, and it's risk management, and this is what Lily's been telling me. She says we're working on a 70-30 risk basis. So basically we will never invest more than 30% of the funds in a single trade. Okay, so if you have a look at the $385 US that I've got there, working on a 30-70 split, if you have a look at, we'd assume approximately $100 was involved in the trades, and she's made £11 and £14. So you've got to see them as individual. You can't add them all up. So on average, we're looking at that one was a 10% gain. That one was a 14% gain, and she's literally just done it twice on the same day. Next day she came along, another $11 profit, and the following day an extra £12.50 profit. But now, judging by her logic of the 70-30, which you can see here, she started telling me that I need more volume. Now this is where the objections suddenly start coming in. Because now, of course, they want more money. If you're going to get swindled, lead you on with a few good trades, get you swindled. On the other side of the coin, I said, okay, well, I had a little bit left over. I had a few things which I managed to sell on eBay and a couple of bits and pieces, but once again, I still refused to go into debt. So what I had is what I got, and I decided to invest it. And I put in another $3,200, and followed by the next day's eBay purchases of $1,300, making my total deposits about $5,000. Now, yes, I am fully aware I could risk every last penny. So now it's a question of just seeing what happens. There, if you have a look on the third, these first 3 transactions, $80, $115, and $100. Okay, so that's what's that? $295 on the very day of trading that I paid in that balance. Followed by, on the 4th, okay, that's the amount I paid in. There's a transaction for the 4th of $300 profit, a transaction there for $350 profit. And what I've done, because this is, a little bit boring, the numbers are obviously getting bigger and bigger depending on how much profit is added onto the amount of money that I've invested. Now, I told you about earlier when I got told off about trading. I decided to place a trade myself, thinking that all was good. My US oil, and first time lucky, £155. Second time, a few seconds later, minus £115. I've learned my lesson, and I now leave it to the professional. And as you can see here from the bottom here, there's my total deposit to date, and that's the total profit that I've made. And today's the 11th, and I started the 29th, so that's what, 12 days. So it's less than 2 weeks. That is my profit margin on that deposit. I think it's a pretty good run for the money. If I have a look at a spreadsheet which I've put together, let's just move that down a bit. Okay, this is just showing a day-to-day progress of where we're currently sitting. Okay, those are fees that I've been charged. That's the profit and loss that Lily's made. This is the actual profit and loss once I've taken away the fees. That is how much money is now grown into. And at the top here, that is my average daily profit, and that includes the trades that I made when I still only had 300 euros in the account. And my forecast, if all goes according to plan, which it doesn't always, of course, that is how much profit I expect to make by the end of January. And so this experiment, which is now online, is to see if I am going to make it by then. Am I going to be able to withdraw my funds? Am I going to be able to reinvest? Am I just being taken for a ride? These are all the questions that we need to ask. So I'm going to say good night for now, and I'll put a 2-minute video again tomorrow with whatever results tomorrow may bring. Thanks for your time.